Hi everyone, so a few years ago now I made a video about why you need to use the gas and then the clutch pedal to move off in a car. This video has been seen by over 300,000 people and hundreds of people have left comments saying things like, "No wonder I kept struggling to move off after I passed my driving test." If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out now. But one thing that often came up in that video is some people said the car only stalled without the gas because you lifted the clutch too quickly. Well, here I am in a petrol Fiesta. This is a 1.25 petrol. Now, this is the kind of car most people are going to buy after passing their driving test. And I had some people leave comments on one of the videos saying, "You're wrong, you don't need to use the gas and the clutch together, because I've got a 5 litre BMW and I only have to lift the clutch." Right, if you've got a 5 litre engine, of course you're not going to need to use much gas because you've got so much power. Right, most people, believe it or not, are not going to go and buy a 5 litre BMW soon after passing the driving test. So let's get the car turned on. Remember, this is a 1.25 petrol car. I'm going to lift the clutch on its own, just the clutch, no gas. Now I know I don't have the pedal camera, but if you watch my left knee there, you'll be able to see if I lift my knee up and down, that's the clutch fully up, that's the clutch fully down. So I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to try my best. It may just struggle to pull away using the clutch alone, but it will probably stall. I don't know, I haven't tried this before. Let's just have a go and see how it works. So there's a few people walking past, so I'm going to let them pass just in case they worry and they think I'm going to hit them. But I'm going to go into first gear. Now normally you would do your gas and then your clutch. That's what it says in all the official books, all the official guides, including the manufacturer's guide. That's what you should do. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what a lot of people say you should do, and I'm going to leave the gas alone. My right leg is not on the gas. I'm going to lift my left leg up to the biting point. Now, I hope you can hear this on the microphone there. It's going to sound terrible. Listen to it. It's almost stalling. The revs are on below half. Listen to judder, 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 shake, shake, shake. My foot is not going too fast. I'm going to do it again. I'm doing it as slowly as I can. So imagine I've just passed my driving test and I've been taught by my instructor, you don't need the gas, you lift the clutch first, then you do the gas. Clutch comes up. I'm going to do as well as I can. It's struggling. Listen to it. It's gone. It recovered. No, it stalled. I recovered. I tried to find the point again. It stalled. Let's do it again. So turn off, turn on. It's not going to work. So imagine I've passed my driving test. And I know because this is what happened to me. I got taught to drive in a diesel car, and after I passed I kept stalling all the time, and I thought, what's going on? Why do I keep stalling? So I turned back on. I lifted the clutch like my instructor taught me. Watch my leg. Not going to lift it too quick. I'm doing it as slow as I can. Slow, 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 slow. It cuts out again. It's what I call bogging down. The engine goes right down. It almost stalled. It didn't stall because the anti-stall feature stopped it stalling. But I'm not going to move off like that. Let's try again. I'm at a roundabout. I'm at a really busy roundabout. My instructor's taught me to move off without using the gas. So I passed my test. I'm on my own. I'm at a big roundabout. It's rush hour. I'm trying to go. It's waiting for this car to pass. But imagine I'm at a big roundabout now. Clutch up, watch my leg. Not going to do too fast. Slow, slow. Oh, I can go. Okay, so now let's take a look at how it should be done using the gas then the clutch. So I do clutch, 1. I'm at the same junction, big roundabout. I'm not going to over rev. I'm going to simply use the gas. Gas, clutch. I pull away. Off I go. And I'm not hit from the side and killed on a roundabout. And I just can't believe, I'm going to pull up again here, I can't believe how many people think, it's just incredible the number of people that have contacted me and they say, you don't have to do the gas. Are you seriously telling me that you drive by lifting the clutch on its own, then pressing the gas? That is terrible driving. And I've just proven it. I mean, what more can I do? It's a petrol car, it's not a big engine, it's a 1.25. This is the kind of car people buy after they pass the driving test. To be fair, this car is only, how old is it? This car is 8 months old. So this isn't an old banger. It's only got 8,000 miles on the clock, 8,400 to be precise. So it's an 8-month-old car, petrol. You can't move off without the gas. It's dangerous. You're lifting your clutch up, and it stalls. Now, when you're a driving instructor, you may well have a big, not having a big engine, just a diesel engine. It doesn't have to be that big. If it's just a diesel engine alone, that's enough for you to do just a clutch and it will work. Yeah, it will work. But the problem is, if you go around teaching people that, they're going to be in danger when they pass, and they don't know what they're doing, because they've never had a petrol car before. And I've been teaching in this car for a few days. It's petrol, and all my pupils that have had it this week, I've had about eight or nine pupils have this car, and there's only one or two that have been able to drive it easily, even with me teaching to do gas and clutch. I keep saying to them, just see what I mean now? And I say, oh yeah, I'll see what you mean, I'll see the difference now. It's got to be rev and then clutch up. Because in my car, even though I teach people to do gas clutch, sometimes I try and get away with just a clutch, because a lot of people want to make it easier by doing just a clutch. Yeah, you can do that, but it's not going to work in a petrol car. Let's try the other one, the other classic that people say. This is terrible instruction when people teach this. Hold the brake pedal down, put it into first gear, handbrake off. This is never going to work. Lift the clutch with the brake on. This is going to sound awful. Then that's okay. That's what people teach, is it? I'm not being funny. I was lifting my leg as slow as I could. I didn't do it too fast. I'm not trying to make it stall to prove a point. It doesn't work. How do people teach that, to hold the brake down and lift the clutch with the brake on? This just confirms everything I said in the other video, that you have to do gas then clutch. It's in the official books, and yes, you can pass a driving test without doing it, because if your car has got a system that can handle it without the gas, that's fine. You can go on a driving test, because people often say, I've been teaching 10 years and I've never taught people to move off with the gas and the clutch. Well, all my pupils pass. But the fact that you're using the driving test as some kind of measuring stick shows you don't know what you're talking about. The driving test is heavily flawed. We all know that. The examiners know it. The DVSA know it. That's why we're changing it at the moment. Even though the new tests just come out, it's still heavily flawed. It doesn't really look at how you do things. They're not looking at your feet. They're not looking if you're doing gas clutch. So they should be, but they don't, because all I want to see is the end result. How do you actually make the car move? And if your instructor's got a car like a diesel car where that works, great, you won't be marked down. But just because you pass a test doing it doesn't make it right. So there you go. What more proof can I give you? It doesn't work. All this stuff about clutch then gas, rubbish. It doesn't work. Yeah, you can have your massive engine, your big 3-4 litre petrol engine. Maybe you will. You come and try in a little Fiesta like this. It's not going to work. What more can I say? Gas then clutch.